What up, world? Welcome to an episode of I Bleed Sports. Oh, yeah. I am the host, Brandon Janeau, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere, Brandon Janeau Show on all podcast platforms everywhere. Social media, Instagram, Threads, Brandon Janeau, just Brandon Janeau on Instagram and Threads. Um, Facebook, The Brandon Janeau Show. And of course, TikTok, Brandon Janeau Show. I've been getting a lot of love on what I posted yesterday on there. I'll be talking about that later on in the show, of course. Um, and I also have an X Twitter, BJanu on Twitter on X. Hope you guys enjoy it. Go follow me on all those platforms, all those social media platforms, and of course YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show. Go watch the visuals, all of the episodes, all of the shorts out. Um, I didn't drop a short today. Kind of was tired. I, went places. But yeah, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Um, like I said, tonight it's Tuesday. You already know. It's I Bleed Sports, man. Let's get into it, man. You already know football is, of course, here. I'll be talking about week 11 of college football, week 10 of the NFL. Damn. Week 10 in the NFL. Lord Jesus. I'll be talking about players and teams going up and players and teams down bad this week. Of course, it's basketball. And so, yeah, let's get into it, man. So I started off with this boxing. Keyshawn Davis won this past week and immediately called out Tank Davis. He was like, I want to fight Tank. I have watched Keyshawn Davis pretty much. Um, I watched Keyshawn Davis since he's pretty much debuted as a pro. On ESPN, the top rank. I watched him pretty much no fight pretty much everyone that he's been pretty much fighting. Dude is good. Dude is really fucking good. He's gotten better over the last couple of fights he's actually had. Especially when you're young, you just trying to knock everybody the fuck out. But after a while, you gotta have to like go into these late rounds, swim with the sharks, and try to do some things. Keyshawn Davis is a really good fucking boxer. He really is. He's really good. He got power. You know, he's got the blocking ability. Here's where the problem lies for me when it comes to people calling out Tank Davis. Here's where the problem comes in for me calling people calling out Tank Davis. Now everybody knows Tank Davis is one of my favorite boxers. I think people really do believe Tank. Um, that again, we live in this ADHD world where people, if I don't see it, I can't give you your credit, and that's the thing. We live in a moment. We do realize people chose not to fight Tank, right? Like you do realize people chose not to fight Tank Davis, right? Like you do know that, right? People chose not to fight Tank. Like Lomachenko and Tank was supposed to fight this month, and Lomachenko was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take a year off and hang out with my family." All right. Shakur Stevenson was supposed to fight Tank. Nah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and fight Zepeda because it's it's an easier situation for me. Then I broke my hand. I broke my hand. When I hear people sit there and try to discredit Tank now, it's the funniest shit. Like, what are you discrediting this kid for? Why are you discrediting him? Because you haven't seen him in a minute? The last time we saw him, he knocked Frank Martin the fuck out. The fuck are we talking about? This is the this is the problem with people. I'm not a fanboy. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. I watched this man fight. This man is a well-rounded boxer. Yeah, he got power, but this man, look at the Frank Martin fight. Go watch the Frank Martin fight on YouTube right now. Go watch it. This man is walking to Frank Martin. Frank Martin was telling this man, "Oh, I got the brick hand. And I'm gonna knock you out and all that shit." This man walked to Frank Martin and let him punch him. Let him punch him. And that's the fucking dude y'all want to sit up here and act like he can't fucking fight? Are you serious? This man had a fight against Marcos Barrios. See, this is nothing that people sit there and say, "Well, he drains weight." Okay, this man went up two weight classes. A weight, but he went up to junior welterweight. See, people don't remember. See, people don't talk about this. This man went up to junior welterweight, fought Marcos Barrios, and beat Marcos Barrios. Marcos Barrios is what 6 inches taller than fucking Tank Davis. Yeah, like 6 inches taller than Tank Davis, and he knocked his ass out. When I hear people say this shit, it just makes me laugh because again, you live in an ADHD world. You don't give a fuck. You think this is cool, but no, man. Like think different, bro. Like yeah, like think different, bro. I've watched this man box. Like the nigga different. Like the nigga different. The nigga could defend. The nigga could box. He got the power. Shit is disturbing with that dude, man. Stop calling this dude out because eventually he will actually have to. I will say this: Tank will have to take a fight with these dudes, and he's going to have to show them. Another thing that happened over the weekend: Boots, Gerard Boots Ennis, got back in the ring this weekend in Philly, his hometown, and won. I think they said he won in the fifth round, knocked dude out in the fifth round. Terrence Crawford got on social media and was like, I didn't really watch the fight, I heard about it, but congratulations and all that other shit. And of course, again, these fanboys were jumping out the window and be like, yeah, Boots can't really handle this shit. Ryan Garcia also was on social media talking about something. Yeah, Boots can't fight me. I beat Boots up. But Ryan Garcia is a one-trick fucking pony. Don't let the fight with Devin Haney get y'all motherfuckers out here confused. Ryan Garcia is a one-trick fucking pony. You have to literally fight Ryan Garcia's fight for him to beat you. And that's what people don't want to acknowledge. Ryan Garcia, you have to literally walk to Ryan Garcia and try to outpower him. And that's the only way he beats you. If you think Ryan Garcia could just go out there and outbox a motherfucker, you are crazy. Ryan Garcia is not a boxer. He's not a good boxer. He's not. He doesn't really have that great of a footwork. He doesn't have real great footwork. He barely knows how. He barely can take. He barely can handle himself in a real actual boxing match. He has one thing, that fucking hook, and it's always gonna be that hook. The reason why, like I say it all the time, the reason why Devin lost that fight is not because the reason why Devin lost that fight is because him and his dad never switched up the game plan. His dad was stupid and they were blind and they just kept trying to outpower Ryan Garcia. Devin does not have the power or the ability to outpower Ryan Garcia. He just didn't have it. The fact that Ryan knew he didn't made it even stupider that you thought that was a good idea. You deserve to get your ass whooped like you did. Because that, I don't give a shit what anybody say. You could sit there and say that was PEDs or not. That was a dumbass game plan, Devin. It was a fucking stupid fucking game plan. For you to sit there and say, let me go out here and fight. Let me go out there and fight Ryan Garcia with power. And I have no power. That's just fucking stupid. You try to bully Ryan Garcia and got your ass knocked out. Knocked down 3 fucking times. 4, really. 4 or 5 times, really. So when Ryan goes on social media and tries to call out Boots Ennis, what the fuck you calling him out for? What are you doing? If I was Boots, I would fight him. And then I will beat his ass. Because, Ryan, you can't box. You're not a boxer. You're a knockout artist. You're Deontay Wilder. You have one good fucking punch. And if you land it, then you land that motherfucker. Congratulations. But if you do not, I'm going to wear your ass out. I'm gonna take you through the drink. I'm gonna bring you in the deep waters and I'm gonna drown your ass. That's how that works. Because I know you need that punch. Because the longer the fight goes, the more you search for that hook, and the longer you search, and the more you search for that hook, the easier it's gonna be for me to counter your ass. If you don't believe that, go look at Tank. Go look at the fight with Tank. Ryan kept trying to hit him with that hook. He got to the point where he was just trying to hit that hook all fucking night. It made it easy for Tank to counter him because that's all the fuck he knew how to do. I'm not a fanboy. I watch this shit. I see it. All Ryan knows how to do is just to try to hit you with a hook. He doesn't really have any real. boxing ability. He's really great at trying to catch you with a big ass punch. But when that big ass punch is not there, what the fuck is Ryan Garcia? He's Deontay Wilder. I need to hit you with this hook no matter what, and if I don't get you with this hook, I'm probably gonna lose. Speaking of boxing, Mike Tyson's fighting Jake Paul this weekend. Then they fight Friday, if I'm not mistaken, on Netflix. Here's the thing. I already see it. People already are. I said this weeks ago. Mike Tyson loses to Jake Paul. They're gonna need to call it rigged, or they're gonna say, "Yeah, Jake, you won, but you didn't beat Mike Tyson. You beat a 58-year-old fucking man." I'm not giving you fucking credit for that shit. And that right there, boom, will end the conversation. Now, like I said, Jake Paul's gonna have his fanboys, and they're going to rip us to shreds because we don't want to give him the credit for fighting Mike Tyson and beating Mike Tyson if he beats Mike Tyson. But there's a reason for that. There is a reason for that. Because, like I said, you did not fight Mike Tyson. You fought a 58-year-old fucking man that is 30 years your fucking senior. There is no way in hell I'm giving you credit for that shit. I'm sorry. You're not a boxer still, bro. You ain't fighting a boxer in his prime. You fought a fucking 58-year-old heavyweight champion that ain't been in his prime in like 25 fucking years. Love Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is one of the greatest fucking boxers of all time. But Father Time is under fucking defeated. And you gonna go out there and beat Mike Tyson and we supposed to sit up here and give you credit for that shit? Like I said, I don't give a fuck how you beat Mike Tyson. If you beat Mike Tyson, there will never come a time where we're gonna give you credit for that. You can beat the shit out of Mike Tyson. We're never gonna give you credit for it. You can drop that nigga 3 times. We're never gonna give you credit for it. That's the problem. You're sitting, you are not understanding this shit. Because no matter how you do this, people are gonna call it rigged. Then they're gonna say, yeah, you beat Mike Tyson. But you beat a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, bro. You really want credit for that shit? And of course, he's gonna sit there and say, "Yeah, I want credit for that shit," but he won't get it because again, you're not fighting any of these prime boxers actually in their actual prime. You're fighting these people that are out of their prime, never fucking put on boxing gloves like that for real. You will never be credited as a boxer. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Him, KSI, Tommy Fury, all these fucking dudes that started this whatever boxing league they doing. None of this shit is real, bro. None of it. None of it's real. Yeah, you get the same hits and you get the same effects. None of this shit is real. You ain't got in the ring with an actual boxer or real boxer. I'm not even saying you gotta get in the ring with the cream of the crop. I'm not even saying you gotta get in the ring with Tank Davis, Canelo Alvarez, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. You ain't gotta get in the ring with none of these. Matter of fact, Ryan Garcia is more of a fucking Jake Paul than any motherfucker is. Fucking Ryan Garcia is more Jake Paul than anybody. But y'all ain't ready to have that conversation. Um, this is the thing, man. And I'm watching this shit and I'm just like, I don't think you motherfuckers really believe what's going on. And I'm starting to realize you don't really believe it. Even if he wins, and let me get this out the way again. Even if he wins, he's never gonna get credit. I don't even know the point of taking a fight. You're not getting credit for this shit, bro. And if you get your ass whooped, like I said, this is a lose-lose situation regardless. Either you get your ass whooped by Mike Tyson, and everybody says, "How the fuck you get your ass whooped by a 58-year-old man that we all knew you could not beat anyway? How the fuck do you lose to How you lose to Mike Tyson? He's 58 years old. How the fuck you lose to Mike Tyson? See, we told you he ain't a real boxer. So if you get your ass whooped, it's that. But if you beat Mike Tyson, then it's Bro, you beat Mike Tyson. He's 58 years old. He's past his prime. You really want credit for that shit? I guess. There's no good in this situation for Jake Paul. That's why I said, like, you taking this fight and you think you about to get credit for this shit. You're not getting no credit. The only credit you getting is if you get your ass whooped. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Players and teams that's going up. Players and teams that are down bad this week in basketball. Oh man, basketball's getting crazy. They're now officially starting the playoffs, the play-in, I should say, tournament tonight. I think Philly and the Knicks play Golden State. Welcomes Klay Thompson back. That's gonna be an interesting fucking game. But let's get into it, man. My team. Let's start with positive, man. My player that's going up this week is the Joker. Oh yeah, the Joker, Nikola Djokovic of the Denver Nuggets. The man's a walking triple double. Denver is now 7-3. The man's a walking triple double. I don't think Denver is ever going to be where Denver was when they won a championship. I think that team was just right place, right time. I really do think that. I don't think Denver's ever going to be where they were a couple years ago. I don't think Denver's got the makeup or the players. The bench that they had that year was so special. They don't have any of that shit. I think they're believing too much in Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr. still to think that they're going to be the guys that pull them through, and they're not. Um, I think the Joker is always going to be the player that we all think he will be. But do I think he's ever going to get another MVP? He's got to have literally a Russell Westbrook season. What I mean by that is triple doubles out the ass. He got to lead the league in triple doubles. He got to break the triple double record. He's got to have triple doubles out the ass. I don't think he's ever going to get another MVP. Just like Giannis, just like LeBron. I don't think they're ever going to get another MVP because that's just ridiculous. Why? Why would you give him an MVP? What would be the point of it? Yes, we know he's the best player, but that's not the problem here. Is he the most valuable? Debatable, but but Giannis is a valuable player. LeBron's a valuable player. Joel Embiid's a valuable player. What the fuck are we talking about? And that's where the problem kicks in. Um, but the Joker by himself is just he's different. Just make sure he gets his shit off and he's good. And I think that's the thing. My player that's down bad this week is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Listen, Giannis is great. Giannis is always going to be great. But the problem that I think Giannis is going to have probably moving forward is that at some point, at some point, Giannis is going to take the blame for why Milwaukee's the way it is. I said this last week, and I say it again this week. You cannot choose to not give him the blame for this shit because you agreed to do all of this shit. You agreed to be a part of this team. You agreed to have the coach. You agreed to have the players around you. You agree. There's no way in hell you have a number one. You are the number one of the Milwaukee Bucks, and yet we are supposed to just act like you have no idea why this team is this fucking bad. Giannis is still getting his numbers. It's the opposite of the Joker, though. See, the Joker is still winning. Giannis and them are losing. So yeah, you're getting your numbers, you're doing your thing, but your team sucks. What's going on? Because I'm calling you out for your leadership. I don't give a fuck about your numbers. Why is your team 2-8? That don't make no sense. What the fuck is going on? What's happening? Because you're scoring, you're winning, but you're losing games. You you getting yours off, but your team sucks. What the fuck is going on? Let's keep it negative. Let's keep it negative. My team that's down bad this week is the New Orleans Pelicans. Um, Listen, I had high hopes for the Pelicans this year because if they did not do anything this year, I felt like it was time to break them up. It's time to look into maybe getting rid of Brandon Ingram. It's time to maybe go looking into getting rid of Zion Williamson. It's time to get rid of certain people. It's time. It's physically time to get rid of people. And the injuries are piling up in New Orleans, left and fucking right. It's just like the fucking Saints. They are all fucking hurt. What the fuck is going on in New Orleans? Every single fucking person is hurt. What the fuck? First it was the Saints, now it's the fucking Pelicans. What the fuck is going on in New Orleans, bro? Seriously, this is some real shit. What the fuck is happening in New Orleans with injuries? These motherfuckers are injured. What the fuck is happening right now? Every single fucking person is hurt. What the fuck is going on? Zion's out. Trey Murphy's out. Herbert Jones is out. Uh, CJ McCollum is out. Yo, what the what the fuck is going on in New Orleans, bro? Deontay Murray is out. Bro, we got what the fuck is happening in New Orleans? I don't get it. All these fucking injuries. What's going on? I don't understand, man. I don't understand. My team that's going up. I had big expectations for them last year, and this year it seems I really do be either calling shit either the year before or the year after. Some shit be just going on. But I knew the Warriors was gonna be good. I knew the Warriors were gonna be good. They are what 7-1, 8-1 this year. They played like I said Dallas tonight to start the play in. This team is fucking re-energized. I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know what the fuck going on. Warriors are different. If they walk into the Western Conference playoffs, and like I said, I don't really have that much faith in Denver. New Orleans is fucking floundering right now. OKC's always been a team that I felt like OKC could really be good this year, and I thought OKC would be one of them teams this year. So I'm not shy OKC is really good this year. I always thought OKC would be. Chad Holmgren getting hurt though. Chad Holmgren was this close to being the player that I was gonna put as my player that's now bad this week because of the injury. But Golden State's scary. They're fucking scary. And here's the thing about this: they actually know how to win with the veterans they have. Buddy Hield now getting his shit off. Like, bro, the veterans that fucking Golden State got, that shit's scary, bro. That's a scary fucking team. You need to be worried. Be concerned. Be very fucking concerned, bro. I am a huge Warriors fan. I love the Warriors. I've always been a Warriors fan. Even before they started winning championships, I was a Warriors fan when they had Barry Davis, because Barry Davis is a New Orleans Hornet. I was a fan of them then. Um, Monte Ellis when they were the We Believe Warriors. Oh yeah, I was a huge fan of Warriors then. Still am. Um, and then when they got Steph Curry, Steph Curry was one of my favorite players in college basketball when he was at Davidson. He was one of my favorite players then. So yeah. Um, yeah. So I've been a fan of the Warriors for years. So to see the Warriors do what they're doing, I'm super happy. Super happy. My crazy six, college football. Oh shit. Boy, did it go down last week. Let me explain something to people though. Let me get this out the way because I need people to understand this and fully understand this. Miami losing this past Saturday to um to Georgia Tech. I know people in the polls have been waiting for Miami to lose, and I know people in media have been saying, see, this is why I say they're not good. They're not. No, it's not good. Georgia. No, it's not good. Alabama. You know who's not good? Clemson. You know who's not good? Penn State. You know who's not good? You want me to continue? Ole Miss. You want me to continue? Miami. This is why I kept saying the only team that beats Miami is Miami. I said that shit last fucking week. I said the only team that beats Miami is Miami because I knew Miami plays around too fucking much. They do too much every fucking week. You cannot continuously play around with games and teams. You need to dominate in the ACC because it's the fucking ACC. There's nothing good about the ACC. There's not a good team in the ACC. Why the fuck are you playing nonchalant football? You cannot do that shit. Because then shit like this happens, and then you want me to come on here and be like, but Miami's good though. Yes, they are fucking good. I know they're fucking good. But you played around with a fucking team you knew damn well you were better than. The funny part is, these motherfuckers had the ball last. They could have easily, if they would have scored, what the fuck would the conversation be? Miami's still a good team, but this is finally the time where Mario Cristobal gets to tell them, listen, you see what the fuck just happened? You see what the fuck just happened? We lost a fucking game we knew damn well we shouldn't have fucking lost. Stop fucking playing. The playing shit is over. That playing time shit is dead. Now we're behind a fucking 8 ball in the ACC. We got to get going. If Miami don't come out and put their foot, who the fuck they play this week? I don't even know who the fuck they play this week. I think who the fuck they play this week? Wake Forest, I think. And they play Wake Forest this week. Play Wake Forest next week. If they don't put their foot in their ass, like fully put their foot in their ass, 48-0, 48-10, some shit like that, bust their ass. The next couple weeks, I don't want to see shit except y'all putting up 50. Y'all have no reason to have lost that fucking game. But again, you like I said the whole time, the only thing that beats Miami is fucking Miami because they play fucking nonchalant. They play like, oh, we can just catch up. Oh, we'll spot you 10. We'll catch up. You can't do that. I get it that you think you're better than everybody. I get that. But you can't do that shit, bro. You can't. Because you lose. And then you just sitting there like, what the fuck happened? Because now motherfuckers can sit there and say, they shouldn't get in the college playoffs. Because you play in that one, you play in that fucking ACC. You already have a fucking hill to climb in that situation. Yeah. For people that's also going to sit there and try to tell me Alabama's good, they're not. They beat LSU. LSU's not fucking good. Now, have you heard me talk on my Bleed Black and Gold podcast about this game? I already talked about it. But Alabama's not fucking good. And I know people are going to sit there and say Alabama is great. Man, Alabama beat LSU, bro. Did y'all really believe LSU could beat Alabama this year? And if you did, I don't know what the fuck you was watching the whole year when it came to LSU. But again, you were looking at the number, you're looking at the polls, and not the actual team. I cover LSU every fucking week. I talk about LSU every fucking week. I have told y'all for fucking weeks on my Bleed Purple and Gold podcast. LSU is one fucking dimensional on offense. They can't run the ball, and they can't stop a running quarterback to save their fucking lives. Does that now mean Alabama's good? Fuck no. But Alabama's gonna walk through the rest of the schedule because they don't really have any fucking body. Instead they play Auburn. That game is always a tricky one for them. I don't know what it is. Now the best thing for them is that they're gonna be in Auburn. I mean in Alabama this year. That's the best thing for them. But Alabama's not good. Defensively, they're not good. General Rowe's still a good quarterback, but the defense suck. The defense fucking trash, bro. That defense is terrible. Defense is Washington of last year. They're not really good. They bend but don't break defense, and that's the thing. My crazy six teams. I've been doing it for such a long time. It kind of just it's just obvious now. So here we go. Number one, with a bullet, is Oregon. Oregon has now officially took the number one spot after Miami loses on my crazy six. Oregon is 10-0. They go to Wisconsin. Oregon is lucky, and I don't mean that in like a bad way. I know when people say somebody's lucky, that we use that in such a bad term. But no, what I mean by Oregon's lucky is Oregon's lucky. Oregon's lucky that most of the games they have had to play this season have been pretty much at home. Most of their biggest games have been at home. Uh, Ohio State. Who else? Boise State. Like most of the games that they've actually had to really play have been at home. They haven't really had to been on the road as much in the Big Ten. Now next year, of course, that shit is going to clearly change. You're going to be on the road a little bit more. You're going to have more games on the road. Maybe play against Ohio State and Ohio State. Maybe play Penn State, Penn State. Maybe play Washington next year. I don't know. But yeah, Oregon is 10-0, man. And congratulations, you're 10-0. Again, I don't believe in Oregon. I know people think I'm fucking delusional or whatever. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that I say that, and I don't like y'all. I don't believe in Oregon, bro. I'm sorry. I just something about Oregon that is so fucking weird. I don't know what it is. Oregon. I think I have to trust Oregon is going to be good in a big game situation, and I do not think Oregon can be good in a big game situation. I've seen it too many times when they've actually had to play an actual good team. They freeze the fuck up. And I'm not talking about Ohio States and Penn States. Because let's be real, if that game was in Ohio State, who said say Oregon wins that game? But they didn't know. They're going to road against Wisconsin. Interesting game. I think Oregon wins, but it's an interesting game. Number two, Indiana. Indiana's 10-0. They're on a bye. And then the following week, they go to Ohio State and play Ohio State. Indiana went to the Indiana put an ass whooping on Michigan. Whoop that ass. Um, I told y'all, man. Indiana is a good team, man. Indiana's the best, well balanced team in the Big Ten. You want them to run on you, they run on you. You want them to throw on you, they throw on you. You want them to just play fucking defense all day, they can play defense all fucking day. This is Indiana. I think people, like I said, people won't understand this until if they beat Ohio State, then y'all gonna be like, wow, Indiana's really fucking good. No shit, bro. They're 10 and fucking 0. Really? You just now realizing Indiana's fucking good? Are you serious? Fuck out of here. Don't about it. Don't about this week so good. Number three for me is Tennessee. To me, Tennessee is the best team in the SEC. They're 8-1. They go to Georgia, which is gonna be an interesting game because Georgia just got their ass handed to them by Ole Miss. Now I don't think Georgia's good. I've always told y'all Georgia wasn't good this year. I didn't understand the hype of Georgia. I can't wait to see where they're gonna really place them in the big in the fucking in the college playoffs because Georgia's not fucking good. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck people kept saying. You cannot tell me you saw Carson Beck for the beginning of the season and thought he was a good quarterback and that can lead the Georgia Bulldogs back to the college playoffs. You gotta be fucking delusional if you saw that shit. He was never that guy. He was never that fucking guy. Um, but Tennessee goes to Georgia. They beat Alabama earlier this year. This is one of those statement games that they need to have again too. They need to win. Dylan Sampson, the running back for Tennessee, boy different. The boy different. The boy different, man. Let that boy run, man. This is the thing about Georgia that I think is going to get Georgia. The best thing for Georgia is that they're at home. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's the only thing that saves Georgia's ass probably in this game. But if Tennessee wins this game, will y'all finally give them the credit? Because I've been calling Tennessee the best team in college in the SEC for a while. I've been saying Tennessee in Texas are probably 1A, 1B. I never saw the intrigue in Alabama. I never saw the intrigue in Georgia. I like LSU, but I was like LSU once they lost to like USC, I was off the train of LSU. I was like, yeah, their defense suck and their offense can't. One offense is one fucking dimensional. What the fuck is LSU? Tennessee is three for me. Four is another 8-1 team, and that's Boise State. They go to San Jose State, who's 6-3. So it's gonna be an interesting game. They need a game like that. The only loss for Boise is Oregon, which was a 3-point fucking game in Oregon this year. Like I said, if they play Oregon again, they're probably gonna beat Oregon. They're probably gonna beat Oregon, man. Austin Gentry is my Heisman Award winner. I know people gonna sit there and say it's Travis Hunter, Travis Hunter. The only reason why you're giving it to Travis Hunter is because he plays both sides of the ball. That's it. If Travis Hunter was just a D back or a wide receiver, you would not even be talking about this dude like that. Now, I'm not dissing Travis Hunter at all, man. But I'm looking at Austin Gentry and seeing his numbers, bro. This man's numbers are Heisman running back numbers. Like he's having Heisman running back season. Like this is what he does. If this was not, like I said, if Travis Hunter wasn't Travis fucking Hunter and doing what he was doing, then you would probably say Austin Gentry is the fucking Heisman Award winner. It's not even close. It's not even a conversation. So yeah, number 5 is Notre Dame. They're 8-1. They beat the shit out of Florida State. They beat the shit out of Florida State so good. Florida State fired the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. they fired, they fired everybody. I think everybody get the fuck out of here. Everybody get the fuck out of here. Everybody fired. Fuck this shit. They fired the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. They fired everybody, bro. Um, Notre Dame go host Virginia. Virginia's always a sneaky fucking team. It's a weird team. I think Notre Dame could win, but it's always one of those catch me games where you dominate one team and then you go into the next week and you kind of like nonchalant and you become nonchalant in those games. I think they win a game, but it could be an interesting game. I wouldn't say this is just gonna be a one out, just a complete and utter blowout. I would never say that, but it's gonna be intriguing. Definitely intriguing. In 6 is BYU. They're 9-0. They are hosting Kansas, who beat last week Iowa State. BYU is an interesting team. They lead the Big 12. They're undefeated. Um, BYU has a really good defense. Really good defense. Right now, what it would be is BYU would play Colorado in the Big 12 championship game. And I have said the only reason why y'all think Shedeur Sanders is good is because he's not played top competition yet. If this continues to hold the way it's holding, BYU beats the shit out of Colorado. They would beat the shit out of Colorado, like 48-7. You should be sitting there like, what the fuck happened? like, I don't know what you want me to tell you, but BYU is 9-0, man. Eyes on college football. You already know. 4 games. Skeptical game of the week. Most interesting game of the week. Upset game of the week. And, of course, the game of the week. So let's get into it. Skeptical game of the week. It's Texas versus Arkansas. Um, why is this a skeptical game, right? Texas is not in my crazy 6. Um, Texas on the road against Arkansas. Texas is again still. This is the first time you're really going on the road to the SEC. Last time you went on the road in the SEC, you almost lost to Vanderbilt. So, like I said, Arkansas is a sneaky fucking team. People think I'm delusional when I say Arkansas is a sneaky fucking team. They beat Tennessee already in Arkansas. They got their ass handed to them by LSU in Arkansas. But don't get it twisted. Arkansas is a really good fucking team. I don't think Texas loses to Arkansas. No, 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 no. But it's a very skeptical game. It's a very interesting fucking game. And if you think it is that it's not because it's Texas, you are crazy as hell to not think that this could be a very interesting game. I don't think Texas out really beats Arkansas. That's the thing. I think Arkansas could get Texas. Not beat them, but make it intriguing, at least. The most interesting game of the week. And that's Utah versus Colorado. It's early for Utah. It's a very early game. It's at 11 o'clock here in Houston, noon Eastern. It's a very early game. But at the same time, the way Utah lost last game against BYU, which was very, 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 very close. A lot of people say it was a if the ref didn't fuck them in that game, they probably would have won that game. I get it. Utah's always is an interesting team every year you play them. Every year Utah plays, it's a very interesting team. Where this conversation gets interesting for Utah is that again, Colorado is sitting at the top of the Big 12 right now. Is the second team in the Big 12. Utah almost beat BYU last week. In Utah, like I said, it's an early game for Utah. Can they beat Colorado? And that's where the conversation really lies. Utah's always had a really good defense. Offensively, because of Cam Rising always getting injured, you really never could really see what this offense really could be with Utah. So now that we have a situation where Colorado uh, pretty much is coming in, feeling themselves, been dominating at home. I don't think Utah could catch them, but it's an interesting situation. Utah has a really good defense, like I said. Anything can happen, and that's the thing. Anything can happen in college football. If you don't believe me, look at Miami last week. Upset game of the week is Boise State versus San Jose State. I need an upset game of the week. I don't really think Boise State loses to San Jose State, but anything can happen. I mean, like I said, they're on the road. When you're on the road against anybody, it's always a shaky situation. But I think Boise State could get them. I think Boise State just have a better team. In game of the week is Tennessee versus Georgia. The question of the day is always going to be, how does Georgia bounce back? You're at home, and that saves your ass just enough. But what does that really do for you? Does that really change the scenario for you? Does that make you better now? Here's my thing, man. I think Tennessee's just a better team than Georgia. But this is one of those games, just like beating Alabama, you have to beat Georgia. You cannot play around anymore. If you want to be the elite of the SEC, these are one of those games you have to do. You have to win this game. I know it's on the road. I know that it's Georgia. It's the forbidden Georgia. How dare we? But you have to beat Georgia. You have to. NFL. NFL. Big four in the NFL. Now, tomorrow I'll talk about how I feel about what's going on with the Chicago Bears. I talked about it last night with my brother Juan. Um, Listen, I posted something on social media yesterday about Caleb Williams. I said Caleb Williams is having the same exact rookie season Trevor Lawrence is having. Today they fired the offensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears and all this shit. And like I said, I posted on social media yesterday that Trevor Lawrence and Caleb Williams having the exact same season. It's nothing different. It's nothing changed. Same thing that the media did with Caleb Williams. Same thing they're doing with Caleb Williams they did with Trevor Lawrence. He's this generational talent in it, and you're blaming everything except the fucking quarterback, and not admitting that maybe just maybe the fucking quarterback isn't that fucking good. He's not a generational talent. He's just decent. He's okay. He can win you games if everything goes right. But he's not fucking generational. He's okay. Like Trevor fucking Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence was never fucking great. He was okay. The difference between these two is this. Trevor Lawrence had the division he was going into. Caleb Williams has the talent he was coming into. But there was nothing good about Caleb. I never understood the fucking hype. And I always said this. I never understood the hype with Trevor Lawrence, and I never understood the hype with Caleb Williams. I never understood it. What the fuck were y'all hyping? This dude was never that guy. I never understood it. I never understood it. What the fuck was the hype? And now y'all sitting there and trying to now justify why he's bad in the NFL. No, he's bad because he was never good in college. Y'all just believe the shit because that's what you want to believe. I never understood the hype with Caleb Williams. I never understood it. Never understood it. I don't get it. I never understood it. Trevor Lawrence and him are in the same fucking boat. And in 4 fucking years, y'all gonna be saying the same shit about him now. Wow, maybe we were really wrong about Caleb Williams. Maybe he really isn't that generational. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. The Big Four in the NFL. Four teams. My four teams. I don't do top tens. I don't do all that power ranking shit. Four teams. I got time for all that shit. Four teams. Number one, with a bullet, is the Detroit Lions. 8-1. Um, survived the Sunday night game that they should have fucking lost. Let's get real. They should have lost that fucking game. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They should have lost that game. Houston just again have no offensive line. Secondary is kind of shitty. But that was the best defensive game Houston played all fucking year. And even better than the game they played against Chicago, where they sacked Caleb Williams like 5, 6 times in that game. 5 interceptions, 5, and you still lose. What the fuck? What the fuck? Detroit won. 8-1 is the Detroit Lions now. The conversation becomes now, what is Detroit? Can Detroit beat Kansas City? Yes. Detroit can easily beat Kansas City. Detroit is. This is the thing. What I needed to see for Detroit happened Sunday night, and that is, what can the defense hold its ground? Can the defense, if something like that happened to Detroit's offense, where the offense is just not doing what they need to do, they can't score, they're out of rhythm. Jared Goff is having a game where he's just not in rhythm with the receivers. He's throwing picks. Can the defense handle themselves? Ladies and gentlemen, the defense kept them in the game. The defense kept them in the game. And that is why I say Detroit's the best team in fucking football. They're the best team in football. If you sit there and tell me that Detroit's not the best team in football, I don't even know what the fuck we talking about here. I don't know what we're talking about here. Detroit is the best team in football. 8-1, dude. Like, on the road against a really good fucking Houston team. I know people don't want to give Houston that credit now because Houston is, in that situation right now. But at the same time, bro, no. Detroit's 8-1. They're the best team in football. Get the fuck out of here. Number two is the Baltimore Ravens, 7-3. Won a fucking shootout on Thursday Night Football. Boy, me and my brother Juan joke about this all the time that the NFL kind of fucked over Prime Video because every week they gave them some bullshit football game that we knew damn well that shit shouldn't be on TV. Um, they gave them some good games this year, man. Prime has got some good shit this year, man. Joe Burrow versus Lamar Jackson, and it was a fucking shootout. Holy shit. Was it not a shootout? Oh my god. 7-3 is the Baltimore Ravens after that shootout. Um Lamar Jackson. Y'all wanna give him the trophy now, or should we wait till the end of the year? what we doing? Y'all wanna give him the trophy now, or should we wait till the end of the year? Like what do we? Y'all might as well go ahead and put that motherfucking trophy at Lamar Jackson. You should just go ahead and write it down in a piece of paper, like Lamar. Like, y'all should not even have people come to the fucking NFL award show. Y'all should just be like, y'all know who the fuck won this fucking award. Why are we doing all this extra? Like, Lamar, get your ass up here and get this fucking award. What the fuck are we doing? The man is the man is going to win his third MVP, his back-to-back MVPs. Again, like I have said, Lamar Jackson is everything y'all think Josh Allen actually is, and Josh Allen is everything y'all think Lamar Jackson actually is. How many times I gotta tell y'all this shit? How many MVPs Josh Allen is supposed to have now in his career? The same amount of MVPs Lamar Jackson got. I'm not bashing Josh Allen, but I just want people to understand. This is the reason why I sit here and say all the time. Y'all can sit here all day and tell me Josh Allen's good. Josh Allen's good. Josh Allen is now starting to turn the ball over. He just ain't playing no damn body that can really make him capitalize on those turnovers. Do that shit this weekend against Kansas City and see what the fuck happened. Do that shit against Kansas City this weekend and see what the fuck happens. The Baltimore Ravens are 7-3. Their defense is still fucking terrible. Oh my god, that defense sucks. That defense is freaking trash. That shit is bad. Where I do believe they need to get better is the secondary. It's always been the problem. Nate Wiggins is back. Marlon Humphreys is back. Hopefully you stay healthy. That is the key. Just stay fucking healthy. If y'all could just stay healthy, Lord knows if they could just stay healthy, what this team could really physically be. I don't know. But Baltimore defensively is the only intriguing, the only problem, and that's the only thing that's really holding them back, to be honest, is them having defensive problems, and particularly in the secondary. I think Tennessee. I think Tennessee. I think Baltimore 7-3. Now this weekend. No, I didn't say this. Detroit plays the Jaguars this weekend. Um, that's a fucking ass whooping. I don't know what you want me to say. That is literally them, and that's probably why I was thinking Tennessee just a moment ago, because that's literally what that game gonna look like. Y'all remember the Tennessee game where Jared Goff had like 2 touchdowns and he only had like 4 completions? That's what they're gonna be like this Sunday when they play the Jaguars. Baltimore is 7-3, and they play Pittsburgh, which is gonna be an interesting fucking game. And speaking of Pittsburgh, they're the number 3 team on my list. They are 7-2, and they go to Baltimore. They host Baltimore. Listen, I had to hear this dumbass shit on TV Monday, and I'm just appalled by this shit. Somebody said Russell Wilson has saved the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you not understand? Pittsburgh was 4-2 with Justin Fields. They only was passing the ball for under 96 less yards than what Russell Wilson's giving you now. 96 less yards. That's what the passing offense is. 96 less yards that Justin Fields was doing. Okay. And they scored 10 less points. What? 11 less points. Okay. But you were still 4-2. I don't know if the offense of Pittsburgh is good. I don't know. Because I don't think Russell Wilson's that fucking good. Russell Wilson is doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Throw the ball. Cool. Great. Whoop de fucking do. Here's where the problem lies for a lot of people, and I think that this is kind of where I clearly have I disagree with people. Is that Russell Wilson is better than Justin Fields? I don't agree with that. I think Russell Wilson is doing what he's supposed to do, throw the ball, but he can't get out the pocket. He's not athletic anymore. He can't do that. So what the fuck does he bring to the team? I will say this. I want people, Pittsburgh fans particularly, I want Pittsburgh fans to fucking apologize to Mike Tomlin. That's what the fuck I want. I want y'all ignorant sons of bitches to apologize to Mike Tomlin. Because who the fuck told you that Mike Tomlin was the problem with the Steelers? Fuck out of here. Are you fucking kidding me? Stop listening to the motherfucking media. Them niggas are stupid. They don't know shit. Mike Tomlin, this is when I realized Mike Tomlin was one of the greatest head coaches of all time. This man took Doug Hodges to the playoffs. I said, this nigga get anybody to the playoffs. This man put Mason Rudolph in the playoffs last year. What more proof do you need, my nigga? What is going on, bro? No, man, no, man. Yo, this man took Doug Hodges to a winning record. This man got Mason Rudolph to a winning record. What the fuck are we? Got him in the playoffs. Are we fucking kidding? Fire Mike Tomlin if y'all want to. I would, nigga. Listen, I don't know what the Saints would have to pay, but the Saints will pay. I would easily agree. Break the bank. Fuck that. Mike Tomlin needs the bank to be broken for him. Pittsburgh fans, y'all know how good y'all got it, bro. This man wins every fucking year. Eh, Y'all haven't had a bad year since he's been the head coach. You know how fucking hard that shit is? Y'all haven't had a bad year since he's been the fucking head coach. The fuck do y'all be complaining for? Shut the fuck up. While we actually really fucking struggle in the NFL, you niggas out here crying and bitching and moaning and complaining because you got a 500 record and make the playoffs. Oh, we might not win the division, but at least we in the Shut your ass up. The fuck are you complaining about? Shut up. Stupid motherfuckers. Oh my gosh. And number 4 is the Commanders. The team the Pittsburgh Steelers beat last week. Now listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. That was the first down. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That was the first down. Anybody that's telling you that Jaden Daniels, first of all, that is a hell of awareness of where the fuck the marker actually is in the NFL. Jaden Daniels threw that ball to Zach Ertz, put right at the spot. That is top tier accuracy. That is understanding. That is generational fucking talent. That is generational fucking talent, ladies and gentlemen. To see him, Zach Ertz caught that ball. Now you could sit there and say, I don't know if it was a first, whatever, but for Jaden Daniels to throw that ball and it be that fucking accurate, and it literally looked, yeah, I get it. The first down line is technically not a real marker, and it's just the unofficial, line of game on TV. Bro, for that damn boy to throw that ball that fucking close up, he, all he had to do was either turn his body and get. That's crazy, bro. That is unreal, man. That is unfucking real. That is clear cut, complete and utter quarterback IQ. That is fucking amazing, man. Jane Daniels goes up against the Philadelphia Eagles this week, in Philly. Uh, That's gonna be an interesting game. I'm not gonna lie. That's a very interesting game. I'm looking forward to that game. It's Thursday night football. Like I said, another Thursday night football game. This is one of those games where you're gonna find out really what the hell the Eagles are really made of. I don't really think it's really particularly about Washington. This is about the Eagles. You're gonna find out really what the hell the Eagles are actually made of. I don't think the Eagles playing in the game against Washington because I think a lot of people don't understand that Washington isn't the old Washington, bro. But playing against the Eagles in this type of game is going to be very intriguing. And I cannot wait. I cannot fucking wait. That was a warning for the NFL this week. You already know. 3. Yellow, caution. Orange, penalty time. And red is DOA. Let's get into it. Yellow, caution. Is the only team left undefeated, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs. Listen. Listen. Kansas City's 9-0. I'm not gonna sit up here and say they're the worst undefeated team of all time and all this other shit. What I'm gonna say is Kansas City's biting their time. Kansas City's biting their time. I feel Kansas City has has all of the credentials to win another Super Bowl, and they have all the credentials to lose a playoff game. Kansas City, I think, is a bite your time team. I don't really think Kansas City um is as great as everybody thinks they are. But we're gonna give them. Here's the thing. We're gonna give Kansas City always. We're gonna always give Kansas City the benefit of the doubt because they're the champions. But there's nothing about Kansas City this season that makes you know what's crazy. This Kansas City team worries me more than last year's team. That's crazy to say, isn't it? This Kansas City team worries me more than last year. And I'll tell you why I say that. Because Kansas City is winning. See, last year, the reason why we were so questionable of Kansas City is because we didn't know what the fuck Kansas City was. They struggled so much last year that we were like, what the fuck is this team? They lost, so it didn't really hurt them it didn't really hurt Kansas City when they finally did get um somewhat good. Somewhat good. Not gonna say they were fucking perfect. Somewhat good. But here's where the problem kicks in for Kansas City. Because they're undefeated. So we don't know really what the fuck Kansas City is. We don't know what Kansas City is. And that's what's hurting Kansas City right now. Is because we don't know what Kansas City is. Kansas City's undefeated, and you cannot tell me one moment that you feel like Kansas City is the best team in it. They're 9-0, and you cannot tell me that you feel like they're the best team in football. In football. You're gonna lie and say, yeah, because they're undefeated. Look at the record. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You don't know shit. Shut up. That's my problem. You look at the record and think that's why this team is good. No, you are stupid. And I'm tired of motherfuckers lying to you. So I'm going to tell you the truth. I am more worried about this Kansas City team than I was last year, which is shocking because I was really concerned about that Kansas City team. But they're 9-0, and I think that they're gonna being 9-0 has kind of how can I say this? Being 9-0 has sheltered them from having criticism in a sense. Now, yeah, some people talk about it. Some people give them, grief or whatever. But for the most part, people are just still sitting there saying, but it's Kansas City. They're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. Same thing they did last year. Like I said, I'm more worried about this team this year because they don't really have to. They just have to bite their time in games and then just win at the end. Just squeak it out at the end. What happens when you play against a team that's actually good? What happens when you play against a quarterback that's just better than Patrick Mahomes that day? Like Joe Burrow. What happens? Can you squeak it out? Because I don't think you will. That's the thing. Orange, panic time. And that's the Bills. 8-2. Um, I talked about the Bills a couple months ago, weeks ago. They're 8-2. They're gonna win the AFC East. Miami's not catching them, despite what happened last night. Miami's not catching this fucking team. The Bills. The Bills. The Bills are 8-2. Congratulations. Where I think I have a little bit of a problem with the Bills, and I always will have problems with the Bills, is that I don't care about the regular season. But more importantly, you're about to play Kansas City this weekend. I think you play them in Buffalo, so you get saved because you get to play them at home. But not a Bills offense. Amari Cooper's been hurt out for a while. Keon Coleman got hurt, and he was out last week. The thing about the Buffalo Bills is that Josh Allen is one of those quarterbacks that at some point he's going to force his way. He's going to force the passes. He's going to force situations that he doesn't need to force. As much as people want to give him praise, that's always been a part of his game. It's always going to be a part of his game. No matter what, he's always going to try to force his way. And at some point, that shit is going to catch the Buffalo Bills. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about the regular season. I don't give a fuck about the Bills' record in the regular season. You're gonna win the division and all that shit. You'll be the number 2 seed, possibly in the playoffs. Well, depending on how the Baltimore Pittsburgh game goes, might be the second, might be the third seed. What the Bills' problem kicks in for me is that I don't think the Bills can beat good teams because I've seen it. I've seen it this year. I've seen you lose to Houston. I've seen you get your ass whipped by Baltimore when you were undefeated and Baltimore was still struggling. I've seen it. What makes me think you're gonna beat good teams this year? And red is DOA, and that's the San Francisco 49ers, 5-4. You got Christian McCaffrey back. Now people are gonna sit there and say, "Nah, they're about to go on a run." They're not going on a run. Did you see Deebo Samuel almost choke the shit out the kicker and the long snapper? Their problems are deeper than just getting Christian McCaffrey back. This team don't fuck with each other. They don't trust each other. Whatever Nick Bosa did after the game last week, it is what it is. Do your thing. But that's a divisive thing in the locker room. You can sit there and act like it's not. It's a divisive thing in the locker room. Now, maybe some of his teammates feel his way, but in a progressive place like San Francisco, of all places, to do that shit, that's divisive as fuck. Christian McCaffrey's back. What does that do for the offense? All it does is give you another weapon, and now you're about to run Christian McCaffrey into the ground because you now have to make up ground in the NFC. And I don't think you're better than Arizona. And despite what happened last night, I don't think you're better than the Rams. And that's the thing. I don't think you're catching either of those teams. I don't think you're better than either of those teams. So congratulations, Christian McCaffrey, you're back. But what the fuck does that really mean for the San Francisco 49ers moving forward? It's been our Bleedy Sports. I am Brandon Janeau. I'll tell you guys next week. Peace.